dance has been a part of society for a long time. There's been you can think about certain cultures and you will conjure up certain dances. Like if you go to Hawaii and you go to a luau, what do you want to see? You want to see the hula dancers. Or you think about Egypt and belly dancers. I lived in Saudi Arabia and they was the dance of the veils. Dancing has been a part of cultures dating way back, way back. In the Bible, dancing is mentioned 74 times. And it talks about them that they danced to praise Him. It's in celebrations. Indigenous tribes use dancing to prepare for the hunt. And when they come home, they dance. They dance before war, they dance after war. Dancing has been a part of rituals and ceremonies for years. And so, why would that be an important part of personal development? Well, in the recent years, they've begun to incorporate movement and dance-like moves in therapy. And, like EMDR and movement of swaying or breathing exercises are movements. A lot of this to help in a therapeutic manner. Those tribes, they would come back from war and they would dance. Maybe it was to relieve the trauma of the war or to celebrate the win. Or there's so many different reasons that dancing is such a therapeutic thing. We don't think about it a lot. They're beginning to use things like somatic yoga in treating trauma. And so this is something that really works. What is the theory behind this is that when you move or you dance, you connect the true and brain, which is all three brain parts. Trauma is stored in the brainstem and the limbic brain system. And it's hard just through cognitive talking to process trauma. And so they've begun to incorporate movement because this helps connect to the prefrontal cortex, which is reasoning and meaning and problem solving. And so it incorporates all three of the brains, and it helps to process trauma instead of just talking about it. So in the tribes, you have a tribal member and they go to the shaman or the medicine man. And the medicine man was the doctor, was the religious leader, but he was also the counselor. And they would, go to him and say, man, I have no joy. I've lost my joy for life. There's no energy. I don't have the interest in doing things. And the medicine man would ask them, when did you stop dancing? So I contemplate that question. When did you stop dancing? Dance can be just that joyful bust a move in the kitchen because something great happened, or it could be a mindset. But physical dancing has so many benefits. What are the benefits of physical dancing? I'm going to tell you. Of course I'm going to tell you. It incorporates all of your senses. It reduces chronic pain. It increases blood flow. In some of the research that I read is that if you do 10 to 15 minutes of dance a day, it will vastly improve your cardiovascular health. So it has heart benefits. It stimulates endorphins and enkephalines and dopamine. And these three neurotransmitters help with pain, mood, and anxiety. So, it helps with depression and anxiety. When you're dancing around and busting a move to the music, you're in the moment. You are not ruminating about the past, and you are not fixated on the future, which causes a lot of problems in people's lives. So you are in the moment. You can express yourself through body movement. Get a scarf, turn the music on, and dance. What brought this up for me was I did some continuing education training in this because it really interested me, because I love to dance and I like experiential type of therapy at times, and I've done play workshops at ladies retreats for years, and we move and we dance around and we do all this stuff, and it is so exhilarating. So I was interested in this, and I did this training, and it was very interesting. And I was telling some of my coworkers where I go in and do counseling twice a week at a counseling center, and once a month they have continuing ed. So they, wanted me to do this training, and so we scheduled it for May, and it's always the last Friday of the month. So I did this training last Friday, and to prepare for this, I drug out some music. I had the theory part and all of this. I did a little bit of a lecture. I did some training about, the brain and trauma and how movement helps with that. And then we danced. I brought veils that I had from the Middle East, and I had found music. I went through music. But one of the things I did was I took music like through the history of music here in the United States, like the twist and disco and hip hop and some of those type of things. And I found a playlist, and we did those, it was a connecting of memory, music, and movement in this workshop that I did, the CEU training. And so to prepare for that last week, I had to dance. And I love to dance. I was raised Southern Baptist, and, we weren't supposed to dance. But when I was, in high school, I would sneak off on Saturday nights downtown and go to the dance. And because I love to dance. And when I was single, after my first marriage, I was single, and I had a list. I made a list of what I wanted someone else, the attributes and stuff. And one of the things I had on there is I wanted a man that liked to dance, and I got one. And we dance in the kitchen, and we dance around, and we do all this stuff. Well, last week I danced a lot, and on Friday after I did the training, we done the dancing, I felt so good, and I felt energized, and I got my joy back. I had to ask myself, when did you stop dancing? And it's kind of a gradual thing. Life happens. Financial stressors. I retired 2 years ago, adjusting to that and doing different stuff, and then the last 6 months, I've had 4 significant people in my life pass away, and that's affected me. And thought, wow, when did I stop dancing? Now, in this training, there were 4 questions. The number one important question the shaman would ask was, when did you stop dancing? The second one would be, when did you stop singing? The third one was, when did you stop being enchanted by stories? And the last one is, when did you stop finding comfort in the secret transformative territory of silence. So I've really meditated on that this week. I've continued to dance, and I have continued to have more energy. I've also been sore, so it really shows me how out of shape I am. I do strength training and some stretching and walking a little bit, but I'm out of shape. So I continue to dance, and I've had a great week. Now, I also know that some of you may not be physically able to dance. And so, check with your doctor. You can dance in a chair. I know you've danced in your car listening to the radio. I have a friend that's in a wheelchair, and let me tell you, she's paralyzed. But she can bust a move in that chair. She can get after it. So, think about it. And while I was working on this, I wanted to do a video about this because it has been such a transformative thing for my psyche. And I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to encourage you to maybe try. Just say, well, I can't dance. I'm too old. You can make lots of excuses. But you can move. You can move around a little bit to some music. It will improve your mood. And so I think about the song by Leanne Womack called I Hope You Dance. And the lyrics to this is so phenomenal. It says, oh, I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. And it says, don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. And while you're dancing, be you on purpose.